Sir.
You want the papers getting the impression that we don't care enough about certain communities to pay attention to their concerns?
No, sir.
Go show the flag. Any movies, dates, anything like that?
I recently joined a choir, sir.
Oh, good. That's good.
This Mr. Zuko, he's an acquaintance of yours?
Yeah, you could say we're acquainted. Detective Vecchio, 27th.
Ray, good to see you.
Benton Fraser, RCMP.
Come on in. You know, it's a great old neighborhood. One of the last. I mean, I would hate to see that kind of a criminal element creep in. You know, when my father was... Well, we all know what my father was, but one thing you could say for the man, he made sure that the neighborhood was safe.
I made you a picture, Daddy.
Let me see, honey. Oh, that's beautiful. Why don't you run in and show Mommy, okay?
Out of respect for your little girl, I don't say anything. But let's not start reminiscing about the good old days of extortion and intimidation, okay, Frankie?
PR's not your strong suit, is it, Detective?
I just got a couple of questions. How much money did you put in the poor box?
I don't know. 100, I guess.
The man in the assembly, you got a description?
Nope, barely noticed him.
You know, it just blows my mind how one guy can pull off a heist of this magnitude.
You know, I'm ignoring your tone because we have a history. But don't push it. This may seem penny ante to you, Vecchio, but somebody did commit a crime here.
You figure a guy who stole, what, $140 is a serious threat to the community and should be prosecuted?
What's the matter with you, Ray? Huh? Your mother doesn't live in this community? Your sisters don't walk home past that church every night? You think some guy who robs a church is going to think twice about mugging the women in your family? Or mine?
Let's not compare your family and mine, okay, Frankie? Because we don't walk down the same block.
I'm sure that Detective Vecchio shares your concerns, Mr. Zuko. After all, as you just pointed out, this is his neighborhood, too.
Canadian, right?
Yes.
Well, then you understand. I mean, you come from one of those nice, clean cities where they have no graffiti, no garbage on the streets, and people treat each other with respect. Right?
Well, yes, I suppose so. Although it's been my experience that many people live their lives thinking that they're respected, only to discover that they've been merely feared. And fears can be overcome. We will find the thief.
Thank you, Constable. I'd be very grateful if you did.
Ray?
You still play basketball, Ray? You gotta come down to the gym on Saturday. Work off some of that pasta.
I don't think so, Frankie. His father, Carl, ran the extortion rackets for over 30 years on this side of town.
You think he's like his father?
Is he more legit than his father? He can afford to be. But I went to school with Frank. We used to play pickup basketball together. There was this one kid, Marco Matrani, couldn't make a basket to save his life. No matter whose side he was on, he always managed to lose the game, and Frank didn't like losing. So one day, a couple of Frank's buddies held him down while Frank drilled a basketball into his face for about a half hour. Marco just laid there choking on his blood. He never came near the court again.
You know, we had a schoolyard bully in Tuktoyaktuk once. Sometimes at night I can still remember him coming into the classroom swinging that otter over his head. There was just no reasoning with him.
And I thought we had nothing in common.
Bindle stitch.
You know, you gotta stop swearing in Eskimo.
Well, a bindle stitch is a tool used by a shoemaker for lifting laces off of the leather. Our poor box thief used a bindle stitch and the waxy residue, shoe polish.
You're making this stuff up, right?
No.
We've been all through the neighborhood. No one saw anything.
Follow him. He'll find the guy.
So we're not really tracking a criminal. What we're tracking here is Pinocchio's dad.
Geppetto was a woodcarver, Ray.
He was not.
Well, yes, that's how he made Pinocchio, out of wood.
Then who was the shoemaker?
I have no idea.
Well, sure you do. The brothers Grimm, the poor old shoemaker, can't feed his wife. Little elves help him make shoes.
There's very little dust in the windows. He can't have been out of business for long.
I distinctly remember reading about shoes made by elves.
The heavy machinery is still here. If he intended to open a new shop, he would have taken it with him. My guess is he didn't have that option. He took what he could carry and left.
You mean to tell me you have no recollection of any shoe-related elf stories?
Ray, I would tell you if I did. excuse me, Ray, maybe you should conduct this interview.
It's molded plastic, Benny. It's not going to lunge out at you.
You mean this? Well, if you think I'm embarrassed, you're sorely mistaken.
Oh, yeah, that's why you're turning the color of your uniform.
Don't be ridiculous. It's just hot in here, that's all.
Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice boots.
Thank you. My name is Constable Fraser, and this is Detective Vecchio. We would like to ask you a question that is unrelated to either underwear or breasts.
Yes, we would. Do you know who used to run the shoe repair next door?
Yeah, Joey. Nice guy.
Yeah, does he have a last name?
I think it started with a P. He used to come in here for coffee sometimes. Sort of sweet and shy, which personally I find very sexy.
Yeah, do you know what happened to him?
Yeah, he went out of business about 6 months ago. It's too bad. Came in about 2 weeks before that, get something for his wife. He had it all picked out, but couldn't come up with the cash, so we worked out a deal. I don't think his wife liked the chemistry. She left him, took the kid. Real sad.
You know where he is now?
Girl who works here said she saw him going into one of those cheap hotels over on Du3.
Is she here?
No, she's on vacation. Anything else I can do for you?
Yes. You said that you did a deal for the camisole?
Yeah. Yeah, he made me this.
May I,
Sure.
Thank you. Ah, yes, it's very beautiful leather.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you kindly, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
How do you get away with that?
With what?
You know damn well with what?
It's hand-stitched. Very delicate work.
Yeah, that quality written all over it.